Hi, my name is Salma, and I'm a proud woman with vitiligo, the autoimmune condition that causes these white patches all over my skin, which to this day still has no cure. I use that simple introduction on almost all of the videos that I put up on social media. And oh man, has it caused a lot of controversies. People responded with things like, "Aren't you afraid that your husband and children will be embarrassed of you?" Or the passive-aggressive comments, "Don't worry, when you turn all white, then you'll be pretty." Or my favorite, unsolicited skincare advice. "Have you tried putting egg yolks on your skin? I mean, should I fry it and make a skincare omelet?" But anyways, those are more than just comments. It reflects a deeper issue. A culture that teaches us to criticize what's different in others and in ourselves. I know that because I was a victim of that too. People often assume, Salma is confident because she's had vitiligo since birth, or she's just a naturally confident person. That is so far from the truth. I didn't grow up confident. I didn't grow up okay. I didn't even grow up proud. I've only had vitiligo since 5 years ago. But I think I've had insecurity for almost as long as I can remember. Back in junior high school, I was bullied for having a flat chest. Imagine young Salma walking down the school aisle, and I had girls and boys shouted names at me, "Cardboards, cardboard." It was so humiliating that I cried silently in the school bathroom almost every day. Even in the bathroom, I avoided mirrors because I just hated the way that I look. Every day to school, I wore push-up bras, and I stuffed it up with socks. Yes, socks. I was a walking laundry basket full of self-hate. At the age of 13, I already Googled how much does it cost to do breast surgery. I know I'm not alone because a study by UNESCO in 2019 reported that 1 in 3 adolescents worldwide experience bullying, mainly because of difference in appearance, just like I did. And so when I graduated junior high school, I had a plan. I wanted to prove my bullies wrong. I'm going to show them that I'm beautiful. I'm going to win a beauty pageant. I'm going to become a model. And you know what? I did just that. But honestly, at night, I still cry myself to sleep. Because deep inside, I still felt like the same loser, bullied Salma. The applause cannot drown out the voices that says you're not good enough. We live in a world that tells us, if only we have A, B, C, X, Y, Z, then we'll be good enough. If only we have clear skin, if we lose 5 kilograms, if we gain an extra breast cup, if we win that scholarship, if we are part of that friend group. But the thing is, the list goes on and on and on, and it's never ending. Can I get a show of hands if you've ever felt like you're not good enough despite you've tried everything in your power? I see some hands. I'm not alone. Thank you so much for your honesty. And that shows that all the external validations that we chase are like putting a Band-Aid on a deep scar. But the thing is, we cannot heal internal wounds with external solutions. And I only realized that when I got vitiligo. So I got vitiligo only 5 years ago. At first, I was embarrassed. Of course, I was an insecure girl, right? I cover it up with makeup everywhere I go. I tried different kind of treatments only to have these white patches coming back. But I was lucky. I had access to mental health therapy. And through therapy, I learned something valuable. For the first time, I stopped obsessing over how I look on the outside and started discovering who I am on the inside. I think it's time for me to stop being the victim in my own life and become the hero in it. So if you've ever felt like you're struggling with self-worth, with comparison, with confidence, know this. You can rewrite your story because it is not the events that happen in our life that shape who we are, but it is the meaning that we give to them. So how did I do it? How did I change from the girl who was insecure, who felt broken, who felt small, to the woman that I am today? Confident, proud, and whole. Of course, it wasn't an overnight success. It's a practice that I still do until this day. And to help you do that too, I have created an acronym. It's LOVE, L-O-V-E. So let's go through it one by one. Take notes. The first one is L, which stands for lens. The lens in which you see the story of your life. We all have moments that are painful, no matter what age we are. Moments that we didn't choose, moments that hurt us. When I look back through my teenage years, I often say to myself, oh, poor little Salma. She was a victim of bullying. She'll never be enough. And I'm just so unlucky that I got vitiligo. But that mindset didn't get me anywhere. So one day, my perspective started to shift when I asked better questions with curiosity. What if? What if the bullying that happened to me was not meant to break me, but it was meant to shape me into a more compassionate person? What if the vitiligo in my skin today is not a curse, but a calling to inspire others? What if I was never even broken to begin with? And through that, I don't see myself as the girl with the broken skin anymore. I am the woman who breaks beauty standards. So I encourage you to ask what if questions. It's very simple. So this is the formula. What if the painful event that happened in your life is no longer attached to the old victim meaning that you had, but it has a new empowering meaning? The hero lens is not about denying the pain. No, the past is real. It's about taking the same wounds, but giving it a new meaning, reclaiming your story. It's about saying the event happened for me, not to me. And you have to choose the hero lens every day by day, especially on the hard days. And that's why I want to introduce you to the second step. That is O, observe. Observing the voices inside your head. So even after I started reframing my story, I still struggle on a day-to-day basis because there's voices inside my head. Of course, in your head as well, right? Because truthfully, it's not the comments from others that hurt the most. It is the echoes of those comments inside of our own mind. But through mindfulness practice, I learned that we are not our thoughts. We are simply the person listening to it. So when you start to observe the voices inside your head, something magical happens. You start to create space between your thoughts and you. And within that space, there is a choice. What do you want to do with it? It's like saying, oh, turns out not everything that I think is true. If I say that I'm not good enough, doesn't make it a fact. It sounds simple, but it's not easy to do. A practice that really helped me is journaling. So I really encourage everyone here to just carve out even 2 minutes out of your day. You can use your book, you can use your phone, you can use an iPad, computer, whatever. And you can write down whatever it is inside your head. The good, the bad, the anger, the judgment, the doubt. Raw, unedited, unfiltered. It's just for you. The key here is to be consistent. And trust me, slowly you will hear a different voice. A more gentle, a more compassionate, and that is the hero voice. Because through awareness, then you create space to listen to the hero voice. Of course, that hero voice will reveal something important. Something that I didn't know when I was in junior high school. That is my values. So V, value. Value is the compass of your life. If you don't define them, the world will define it for you. For so long, I lived with one silent belief. If only I'm beautiful enough, then I'll be loved enough. Of course, that's not true. Without realizing it, I made beauty my compass. I let the world define my worth through likes, compliments, and standards that were never meant for people like me. But as I started observing the thoughts inside my head, right, I just had to ask myself, if I am no longer chasing other people's approval, then what am I living for? And that is when I start to reconnect with my values, the inner truth that has always been there, just underneath the noise of the world. Turns out, I feel most alive when I'm sharing on stage, when I'm inspiring others, when I'm creating, when I'm spending time with my family. And none of that has anything to do with beauty and with how I look. So ask yourself as well, when do you feel most like you, most alive, and most proud of yourself? Not of how you look, but of how you show up in the world. And when you know your values, then the noise of the world just gets quieter. You are no longer affected so much by the pressure and comments of society because you're deeply sure of who you are. Even when people say, haven't you tried putting egg yolks on your skin? It doesn't matter anymore for me. And lastly, it's E, empower. Of course, the healing, the reflecting, the reframing, it all starts inwards. But it doesn't need to end there. Once you found your light, the best thing you can do is shine it outward. I feel a deep sense of responsibility to share and to help people who are just in my shoes, who when they look in the mirror, they see someone who's broken, someone who's different, someone who's far off from the society's beauty standard. I want you to know that you are not broken. You never were. You were just made to believe that you were. And that's why I show up. I show up on social media every day, making my silly little videos, just living my life. But I want to inspire everyone that you can live your life, enjoy your life, even chase your dreams, become a doctor, even with this kind of skin, with any uniqueness in your body that you have. I became a model now, not for the fame, but to be a living, breathing reminder that beauty is not just one look. I created my foundation and my community because I wanted to share the lessons that I've learned. And when I empower others, I feel empowered too. Because I truly believe that we are given another chance to live today, not because we need it, but because someone out there needs us. Maybe you need to hear my talk today. But one day, someone needs to hear your story, your hero story. Because the things that are painful to you, it was never meant to break you. It was the making of you. So from this moment forward, wear your lens. The lens that lets you see yourself through a more compassionate and courageous way. Observe your truth, even the messy and complicated ones. Live your values. Let it guide you, especially when the world gets noisy. And empower others, because when you speak your truth, you let others know that they are not alone. My name is Salma. I'm not broken. I'm the author, I'm the hero, and so are you. Thank you.